Hello, gamers. Today I'm going over my Gridmaster plans. I wasn't really planning on doing Gridmaster. I was actually planning on getting a job, but good for me. Temporary game modes for old school RuneScape players are the best thing for the unemployed. So before I really go over my plans and stuff, I just want you to show, or I just want to show you actually, um, my some of my achievements here that I've gotten over the years of collection, login, and temporary game modes and all that fun stuff. So, yeah, what you see here is two dragon trophies. This rune trophy I think is from the second uh league's event, and then I got the adamant um trophy from the first league's event. If you come over here, open this up, you can view my trophies as you can see. And then you saw that I got these two dragon ones for the last two that were guaranteed once you hit a point threshold. I hit rune for the other two that you had to be the top 5%. Couldn't really hit dragon, unfortunately, but here we are. And then if you want to come and look at where I've placed before for leagues, uh, league participations, 157,000 league points. I think that's overall. Seems like it's overall. Leagues 1, I got just over 6,000 for the Twisted Horns. Leagues 2, it's when I went a little ham, 45K points. Leagues 3, 49K points. Leagues 4, 56K. And then Leagues 5 is 61K. So I've gone really hard on the recent events, and I do love the temporary game modes. I wasn't exactly that excited for Gridmaster. However, I am getting upgraded internet on the 22nd. So a week after Gridmaster's out, I'll be able to stream and it'll be reliable. And I'll actually be able to upload videos a lot faster than I normally would. So this is a good thing, not only for you guys, but for me and my side hustles, being an unemployed old school RuneScape player. Let's get into it. Looking at the board before anything else, I have all the tweets here that we can go over that Jagex has put out over the last couple of days, but most of this is actually just going to be on the grid. But I will, go over the tweets and things of that nature. The first thing, obviously, is this middle tile. Complete the grid master tutorial. I don't know which one to pick here, to be honest with you. I was gonna go with this right here, the Angular Wrangler or Animal Wrangler, sorry. But it is first of all, wood cutting's pointless. Okay. Never fail to make fires. Doesn't matter because you're gonna have winter tide. Automatically fletch logs into arrow shafts. I don't really care. Automatically burning logs for fire making XP, regardless of your fire making level. Stuff like that just doesn't do much for you over the whole league, especially if you're AFK woodcutting. It's nothing to just hit the bank real quick, especially if you're at Redwoods at the Farming Guild or at the Woodcutting Guild. This one right here, the Animal Wrangler that I was going to pick, the only thing that's changing my mind, to be quite honest with you, is going to be this cook a shark while wearing a chef's hat. And this gives you a corrupted shark. A shark that isn't consumed when eaten heals a base hit points of 20. Only reason that I don't want to take the fishing one. However, the fishing one isn't just fishing; it is also hunter. Catching will never fail. Box traps catch chinchompas faster. Chinchompas are doubled when caught, also giving double XP. Impling jars no longer break upon opening them. I think the impling jars alone make this the best one. Box traps never fail for Chinchompa. Now you can train range. Super easy to get over with. I'll cover that here in a minute. With another perk that we're going to have with combat. And then lastly, you never burn food when cooking. So you don't really need the food until once you get a shark and you cook the shark and then you have the corrupted shark, you have that. You can overeat with anglers, so it does help a little bit with that. But really, it doesn't matter too much which one you pick here. Power miner. this is what I'm considering if I don't go hunter. Pickaxe will act as a non-degradable variant like everything else. When the item is in your inventory or equipped, you gain the following perks. On failing to mine a rock, you will have a separate 50% chance to succeed. Items gathered from mining are automatically sent to your bank. That goes pickaxe will cause the rock to not deplete until you have mined 4 ore, so it's a little bit more AFKable. Training mining is always kind of annoying, so this is why I'm considering this. Um, over like to be my main choice, but again, that hunter not losing input jars, that's pretty good, man. Grinding input jars in a temporary game mode isn't fun. This buff does not stack with these existing mining gloves, so it's whatever. So with a cap of 7 or no, it does stack with the existing mining gloves with a cap of 7 ores from a given node. That's really good, right? So you probably do what? I think 5. Yeah, you do 5 ore or 5 nodes without uh really like having to move. Or what's one inventory is 5 nodes. It's not too bad. You will be able to toggle the following effects on or off the pickaxe. Collected ores are automatically smelted and granted smithing XP. That's really good. It's going to save time. However, we have Giant's Foundry, so I don't think it's actually that great because you're going to be all the drops you get. You don't even need bars. You can just, again, temporary game mode. You just put all those pieces of armor and weapons into the Giant's Foundry, melt them down, smith that way, and it's good XP. Gems gathered from mining are automatically cut. I like that. However, cutting gems is really AFK. And none of this does anything for you for stars. So really, the big contender here is Animal Wrangler. But yeah, let's continue. And as you guys can see from my thumbnail, this is your easy strip right here, right down the middle. And then you have a 3x3 right here in the middle of easy ones to get. First easy one we're going to go over, Craftsman. You gain the Craftsman benefit. You select 3 artisan skills. Then whenever you gain XP from those 3 artisan skills, you'll gain 50% of that XP in the other 2 selected skills. Available skills: construction, cooking, crafting, fire making, fleshing, herblore, rune crafting, smithing. Okay, so my idea here, smithing is going to be clutch for early game because you're going to be able to get the zombie axe, right? You don't have to get the 85 Slayer to get a whip, even though you're going to get a whip anyway. So smithing's important. I don't know if maxing's going to matter. It doesn't seem like maxing's going to matter. Maybe one of these hard tiles, on the corners are going to be, hey, if you max, you get this. And maybe people are going to try to max. I think if you choose fire making, hear me out. If you choose fire making, herblore, and rune crafting, you'll be able to just fire make and get all your XP for the other 2 skills. You don't have to actually go do rune crafting. But then again, you have Guardians of the Rift. Is rune crafting that bad? And then herblore, you'll be able to train that. So if you don't go, and the reason I pick fire making is because fire making is a ton of XP. If you don't go fire making, because fire making is already easy, you go fletching with the new Veil Totems minigame, herblore, rune crafting, train that up. So I'm thinking that way. Construction, you're not really going to have to worry about because you have mahogany homes, super fast in temporary game modes. I'm not even really considering that. I was at first, but it just doesn't seem like it would be ideal. Herblore and rune crafting. Herblore is a pain to get the herbs, and then rune crafting, nobody wants to do that, and it's not AFK. So that's kind of what I'm thinking here for this one, and what you have to do to get that, right? So this is the craftsman. What you have to do to get that, you just have to subdue Temperos. So not that big of a deal at all. And the other one that's all the way over here at the end, that's on the easy side, gain over 30,000 coins from the alchemy spell. And right now we're actually about to go watch that video because I know that doesn't have a video, does it? It's the other one. It's the other one that just came out today. So basically, yeah, the way you get that, you cast the alchemy spell, and now you get production prodigy. When doing the following activities, all items are processed: smelting ores, fletching, making headless arrows, cleaning herbs, cooking food, crafting leather, uncut gems, blowing glass, jewelry, pottery, battle staves, and spinning flax or wool. 4 XP is given for items processed using the relic. There's a 25% chance that you'll make an extra product. Will be sent back to your bank if you have space. The additional product will also grant XP. Additionally, crafting, smithing, herb lore, and cooking are boosted by plus 12. Really good for the herb lore on that. And it really, like, with my plan that I just got done talking about with the craftsman, these are gonna go really hand in hand, and it's not gonna make herb lore as like difficult, you know. So I'm definitely picking herb lore for the craftsman. Whether I pick rune crafting or smithing, I don't know yet. But this smithing, smelting bars does. Okay, smithing ores and smithing bars does not work with superheat item with spell, which is fine, and making cannonballs. Again, when doing the following activities, all items will process at once. Your smithing isn't that bad. So I really am not planning on picking smithing. The only other one I would maybe think about would be crafting, because the supplies to get crafting kind of get tedious towards 99 in a temporary game mode. I've done this plenty of times. And then when you're going for like multiple millions of XP, you're running into a little bit of issues right there with crafting. So, something to think about for sure. And then let's come back over here, and then let's take a look at all of these. I think what we're gonna have to do. Yeah, this is the last easy one. Defeat the lesser demon in the wizard tower. And what do you get from that? Minimum potential. You gain the maximum potential perk. Your melee range and magic hits will never deal below 5 damage. So this is one of the biggest easy perks on the grid. And the video that Jagex put out, at first I was like, they're over-exaggerating. I don't think so, because this is so powerful. I think you're actually going to see the line that's in the video. Let's go watch the video. So you see all these people are lined up from the Wizard Tower all the way through Lumbee Swamp. This is so depressing. I don't want to wait. It's a temporary game mode. I'm going to be running out of time, bro. So, yeah, see, and then like, yeah, defeat the lesser demon at the top of Wizard Tower. I mean, I think we're gonna have 60 worlds, man. And now you hit a minimum of 5 on everything. This is so cool. This is probably the coolest thing out of this so far, I would say. The fact that we are having to compete for one monster, and it gives you such a good perk. This is something Jagex has kind of sheared away from in most leagues. And leagues were designed a little bit differently. We never really had something, you do something so easy, you get something else really, really powerful, right? This is going to be crazy. This is going to be one of my favorite things, man. I'm not even going to lie to you. Like, I'm going to enjoy this for the commentary, for everybody standing around the lesser demon, but also because you get so much power off of it. All right, let's get back to the grid. The next one we're talking about is going to be this. Obtain a rare unique from Tombs of a Masket. And what's that give you? A mega rare scroll. Choose one of the 3 mega rares: Scythe, Two Mecha Shadow, or Twisted Bow. I'm probably going T-Bow. Not going to lie, for my first one. It's either T-Bow or Scythe, but I'm thinking T-Bow. T-Bow's for Doom. I'm not that good at Doom, really. I wonder if we're going to have to get Void. Probably going to have to get Void in this. And really, I haven't done a lot of Doom because I've been busy with school trying to land a job. So I'm going to need all the help I can get when it comes to that. And then if I do end up doing more raids and I end up getting something, I'll probably go Scythe, because, again, I also don't have my quiver in the main game. And I need that. So Gridmaster is actually going to help me practice with the quiver, Coliseum, things like that. And let's go watch that video now. It's right here. Let's back it up. Purple chest, man. The legendary purple chest. Obtain a unique reward from Tombs of a Masket. So I'm guessing any reward you can turn into a mega rare scroll. This animation's pretty cool. I like this. This was like, okay, this is sick. It kind of gives you like a Zelda vibe where everything shakes and it's like do 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 do. Yeah. Get one raid, mega rare. Hopefully, hopefully, the rares from TOA are very, very common. Hopefully, we get like a 12 times drop rate. This is only a month, so I'm expecting us to have a little bit more of a buff than we normally would. Like you know, when you're looking at a league, you have 2 months, so playing a little bit longer, things not being as common, it's understandable. In a 1 month game mode where people are going to be trying to complete the grid in the month, I think you're going to want things to be a little bit more common, but we'll see. Okay, we are more than halfway over this. Again, we don't have a lot. One thing before I continue with what we already know, if you've been watching, you see this little flicker down here of a god sword. When you click on it, it says woof. So we are going to be able to get the dog sword, which is really cool because I didn't get to use the dog sword because I didn't pick Asgarnia back in Leagues 5. So, just a little sneak peek there they're doing to us. I like it. It's cool. I'm actually really excited to use that sword, man. I never got to use it. My buddy used it when we raided together, and it was OP. It was really good, to be honest with you. Um, but it wasn't too OP to where I picked it, right? So that's why I didn't. Now, another thing that I've already gone over that we haven't watched the video for is the shark. And that's going to be right here for the video. Good old skill specs is in it. Cook a shark while wearing a chef's hat. It turns it red, and then you can just tiki through everything. This is going to be really, really good for when you're speed running the Inferno. Why is that? Well, you come over to the grid. You got to complete the Inferno in 30 minutes. What's that give you? The Guardian, which max hit of 5. Oh, no, sorry. Max hit of 13, minimum hit of 5, attack speed 4. Okay? The Guardian does not work in PvP. I haven't really even dabbled in the idea of PvP in this because the wilderness does. I don't care. In all the leagues, you don't lose anything, so it's kind of just griefing and a waste of time. The perk will also work inside the gauntlet, which is really, really good. When you are in multi-combat, it will cast an AoE attack if the target is weak to range or magic. The item will allow you to summon a powerful Guardian Thrall lasting 30 minutes, very long time. The Guardian will attack your target, with whatever style it's weak to. So it's super buffed up. I don't remember if the one in Leagues 5 attacked with whatever the enemy was weak to, but it was so good in Leagues 5 in my opinion. The only other thing that I wish we had in Leagues 5, I think that we had in Leagues 4 was like the horn. I forget what the horn did, but the horn was awesome. So yeah, complete the Inferno, 30 minutes. Again, here's your video for it. This is going to be a challenge. I'm glad that the hard corners of this board are actually very difficult. If you see here, the guy's actually using the Coliseum spear and shield. I'm guessing maybe you want to go to Coliseum before you try to complete this one square. Obviously, you'll probably have your Inferno before Infernal Cape before then, but what this also does is show you how much you're going to go back and forth between content in this league. You're not just going to grind it out and then go to the next thing, Gridmaster, which in leagues before, usually I just do like one piece of content, I grind it all the way out completely, and then I go to something else only for the first 2 weeks in my hopping around content. So it seems like even towards the later game of this temporary game mode, we are going to be forced to pivot and go back and forth, which I do appreciate. I do like. I'm still hoping to get a mega rare by the end of week 1. Probably by day 5 would be ideal, because playing, anything more than 3 weeks without a mega rare is going to be quite a bit of a struggle. I think I'm going to go for Jad day 1. I don't know about that. Unfortunately, I won't be able to stream it. Like I said, I'm not going to have fiber internet for about another week until after this comes out. And then this is the last thing they showed us today. When you collect Varlamore valuables, you get a chance to turn everything into gold. And I'll go over that perk here after the video. So right there, obtain some valuables from Varlamore, like that, like the kind of like the mini game. The Golden God powerful relic that offers alchemy at no rune cost. Players benefit noted items or player benefits. Prayer benefits. Gosh, I can't talk. Noted items from shops and more. So you're going to be able to just alch everything. Money's not going to be a problem. This is going to be really solid. I wonder if it's going to give you XP for magic. And then that brings me to my final topic. What are we going to choose here? Because when you choose a combat skill, you gain combat benefits. You select 3 combat skills. Then whenever you gain XP in one of your 3 selected combat skills, you'll gain 50% of the XP in the other 2 skills. So if you're attacking and you choose defense and range, you're going to be able to get XP in defense and range. I think I'm going to pick defense. I think I'm going to pick strength. And I think I'm going to pick attack for this. If I don't pick strength, I probably will pick range. I'm not going to pick magic because I expect to get money from the Golden God perk that we just saw. And I also think that magic isn't going to be that bad to level up. Attack and strength you're going to want to level up. So one of those I'm probably going to pick. And then it's good. I'm not going to pick prayer because with the Golden God, you're just going to be able to burn your cash for prayer without runes or anything. So that's just amazing. Prayer's free once again in the temporary game mode. Range is probably going to be the most difficult to upgrade. I don't know what the quests are going to look like. Magic, again, not too worried about it because you're going to be able to just train Guardians of the Rift and you're going to have plenty of runes. And you're going to be able to buy a ton of stuff from the shops. Again, with Golden God, you could just buy items from a shop, alch it, it's noted, and then you take that money and go buy runes. So I'm not too worried about runes either. It's just looking like, and the reason I say defense is trading defense is kind of lame. But then again, fast magic XP is going to be OP. So maybe I go attack, range, and magic. And I figure out strength and defense later on. This is the only one I'm really on a toss-up for, other than the center tile, which, again, I'm probably going to go Animal Wrangler on. It's kind of self-explanatory just because of the impling jars and the no-failing for the box traps for the Chinchampas. And plus you catch Chinchampas faster, which is OP. So, yeah, those are going to be my plans for Gridmaster this year. I have a good feeling about this and being able to crush it. I think it's going to be a lot speedier than the last leagues in the past. Again, it's kind of like a temporary game mode but experiment, Jagex said, and now I see everybody kind of getting excited for it the closer and closer it gets. Just wanted to put out my video. I do plan on playing it as much as I can. I am going to probably be looking for a job while I'm playing it. I'm also in school, like I said, so we have to figure out the logistics of that. But once I do get better internet on the 22nd of October, you're probably going to see a daily stream from me at least once a day, as well as more videos on YouTube. So I do appreciate you guys watching. Be easy because life isn't. I'll see y'all later.